guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
The Dogue de Bordeaux, a French Mastiff whose loyalty extends to people of all ages. This Mastiff breed is somewhat obscure not only to the general public, but also in its history. This breed is so ancient that their origin is very hard to pinpoint. I've mostly heard theories about their origins, so what I'm about to say may not be right. It's theorized that the Dogue de Bordeaux has close ancestors with the English Mastiff, the Neapolitan Mastiff, the Tibetan Mastiff, and Greek types of Mastiffs. Another theory is that the Dogue's ancestors were introduced to France by Julius Caesar in the 1st century BC. These Mastiffs were used as war dogs and as gladiators that would face against other dogs and wild animals. It's believed the bulk of their development happened around the Bordeaux region of France, hence the name. For centuries, this breed came in 2 sizes. The smaller variety, the Doguin, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, I'm not confident about that, and that the smaller variety went extinct in the 1700s, leaving us with the slightly larger Dogue de Bordeaux. As the profession of a fighting dog became unfavorable, they would take on other jobs such as hunters, draft dogs, and guard dogs. The Dogue de Bordeaux would guard the vast estates of nobles. Their employment in this field would end during the French Revolution when their owners would be dragged to prison and to the guillotine. History makes note of their bravery defending their estates during this time. They survived the bloodshed and would then later work as cattle drovers, which would earn them the nickname Butcher's Dog. They became fully recognized by the AKC in 2008. They are ranked down the middle at 70 in popularity, according to the AKC website. That may not seem very high, but it did land a role in the probably one of my favorite movies of all time, Turner and Hooch. We've all seen a film from the unofficial category that is known as a dog movie. And if you've seen one, then you've seen them all. There's a dog. It's either completely untrained or reactive or sometimes both. There's a person. They're lonely, possibly a neat freak. They end up living together. The person makes mistakes that almost no dog owner is stupid enough to make. Knock on wood. That wasn't wood, sorry. Despite initial disagreements, the person inevitably finds an aspect of the dog they come to enjoy and they become friends. The dog resolves the conflict in the story, and 75% of the time they die at the end. I just explained almost every dog movie, and even though Turner and Hooch follows this formula to a T, I gotta say I'm amazed with the death scene in this movie. Tom Hanks captures it. I never feel emotional when the death scene comes around in other movies because they do it all the time. But something about Tom Hanks saying that he just needs to take Hooch home makes me tear up every time. It always makes me think of Tilly even before she died. This movie would ultimately negatively affect the breed, however. I've talked about how movies like 101 Dalmatians cause backyard breeders to produce unhealthy lines in order to meet the demands of the public. At the time, the Dogue de Bordeaux was just starting out in America, and to throw that on top of them introduced a lot of problems to the breed. Granted, most of the general public was unaware that Hooch was a Dogue de Bordeaux when the movie first came out, so it wasn't nearly as bad as it was with 101 Dalmatians. The Dogue de Bordeaux has a life expectancy of 5 to 8 years, one of the lowest in the dog world. The oldest dog in an American survey of the breed died at 12 years old. The dog who played Hooch died at 14, which is very good for a Mastiff breed. Some concerns include bloat, heart disease, cancer, hip and elbow dysplasia, and epilepsy. They are also a brachycephalic breed, so they shouldn't be left in the extreme heat or cold. This may also lead to females needing C-sections when delivering puppies. Despite these concerns, most of the sources I use claim that they are a generally healthy breed. But they drool quite a bit, so keep a rag or some hand towels around it. Males are 23 to 27 inches at the withers and can weigh over 110 pounds. Females are 23 to 26 inches at the withers and can weigh over 99 pounds. As I will probably say in all these Mastiff videos, it's very important to grow your dog slowly. Growing these dogs too fast can cause them to have weak bones and other problems. Don't feed them too much protein when they're young. The Dogue de Bordeaux is said to have the largest head to body ratio of any breed. Coat colors range from shades of red, either accompanied with a black mask, which is a trait that they say comes from the English Mastiffs in their ancestry, or a red mask. So would I consider bringing a Dogue de Bordeaux into my home? Sure. I just want to clarify that I'm not really looking to adopt a Mastiff breed, at least not anytime soon. They're not exactly at the top of my list because I prefer Shepherds and other double-coated breeds, but I'm not opposed to the idea of having one someday. I'd like to say I've met one, but unfortunately I have not. The reason it took me so long to make this was because I wanted to film a Dogue de Bordeaux that belonged to someone that I went to high school with. I felt like most of my most recent episodes felt kind of still and lacking in movement, so I wanted this episode to feel more alive by showing a dog running around. This also would have given me a better idea of what the breed is like by letting me film it and meet one. But have you ever tried to schedule something with someone who's also in their early 20s? I'm going to try the best I can to film a dog for these episodes. But in the future, I'm going to draw the line sooner so I can actually upload episodes. But from what I can gather from the various websites and YouTube videos I researched to make this, the Dogue de Bordeaux is an incredibly loyal family guardian that has moderate exercise and mental stimulation needs. Many of these sources said that in order to have one of these dogs, the owner must be a strong leader. Since most people sometimes misunderstand what a leader is, I just want to say that being a strong leader doesn't mean that a person needs to develop anally retentive levels of strictness, or even worse, resort to physically correcting a dog. Having rules and a consistent schedule is recommended for sure, but being a leader doesn't mean you've got to resort to physically correcting them to show them your strength. A leader doesn't have to be the strongest in the group. The Mastiff breeds are extremely powerful and can potentially kill humans and dogs. They aren't the kind of dogs that you want to neglect. These dogs were developed to be protective of their property and their people, so what they mean when they say to be a strong leader is to be a leader who the dog turns to for guidance. For the very best results, start your puppy off with early training, socialization, and habituation. Socialization doesn't mean that they have to meet every dog or person, but they have to develop neutral feelings whenever they see a dog, person, or other animal in public. Habituation involves with getting them comfortable in a variety of settings. A fearfully reactive large dog can be a lot to handle when you're out and about, so it's best to introduce them slowly to a variety of different places when they're very young. When all these things are taken into mind, a well-raised Dogue de Bordeaux can make a wonderful family guardian that will surely protect your home and family with its life. I'll close here. The next video will be about the Neapolitan Mastiff. Let me know if there's any dog-related topic you'd like for me to talk about. Do you have any experience with the Dogue de Bordeaux? Let me know in the comments. Have a great day, and if you ever plan on writing a dog movie, how'd you mix it up for once?